Basement Bookers Podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Basement Bookers Podcast. This week, Basement Chair Rich Derez, we are going to talk about the recent Pro Wrestling Illustrated top whatever list. And through the magic of Wikipedia, we're just gonna just talk about it, I guess. But before that, let me introduce you officially to Rich the Riz, the other half of the Basement Bookers podcast, the Brit most Rizzest baldest man here with me. We're talking about pro wrestling today. What's up, buddy? Welcome.
Thank you, bro. Happy to be here. PWI top whatever yada yada list, courtesy of Wikipedia. Don't forget to support only $3 a month or whatever. Speaking of, we launched a Patreon, Basement Bookers Pod. Check that out. It'll be on the link tree and all the other stuff. Anyway, I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm just terrific. The other day today, I played with Lego Fortnite, and boy, what a contest. But that's not what this is about. This is about PWI Pro Wrestling Illustrated Top 500 or something. And I'm excited to get into it. I got a lot to do this weekend. So, what do you? Let's start with the show itself. Let's start with. Should we start with Wrestler of the Year, or do you want to work your way from Announcer of the Year up to Wrestler of the Year?
Well, it
Well,
looks like announcer of the year. There was
I know
only
I was gonna. You're interrupting me. Let
God.
me do it. Let me do it.
God.
I'm doing it. It's my turn. All right. I got to deal with this blinding
Don't.
white light of Wikipedia. Then I gotta suffer it. But
For
I
three
know
dollars
you're.
a month, if we could enable dark mode, I think we would.
So of course we won't be going through certain categories that haven't existed since 1977. So we're just gonna work our way. We're gonna do stuff that still happens.
I
Okay.
gotta say, it's amazing that Vince McMahon was the runner-up that year for announcer of the year.
I know, and you wouldn't know it. I didn't know anything. I just thought he was just a guy down there. I thought Jack Tunney, he was the guy. And
Hmm.
then I smartened up. I was smartened up by Monday Night Raw, apparently.
Yeah.
So maybe even before that, I don't remember. But I'm curious. I'm curious about Midget Wrestler of the Year from 1972 to 1976. Do you see that? That's right above Announcer of the Year. Let me go into let's see what Midget Wrestlers of the Year looks like here. I wonder if I should be sharing this. Like,
So before announcer of the year, I see manager of the year. Oh, there's midget wrestler. Okay.
yeah, it's like right in between. You see down there?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's see what we got here. So, Midget Wrestler of the Year. The last one was Lord Littlebrook. I love these names.
Mm-hmm.
Look at runner up Sky Low Low, who was the previous year's winner in 1975, and you could even see their photographs there. There's Sky Low Low.
Dude's jacked.
Yeah, was a Canadian professional midget wrestler. Oh, his name was Marcel Gautier.
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 Okay, and let's see here. And Darlin Dagmar. You can't even do anything with that. You can't even. There's nothing about this person. Little Beaver. Lionel Giroux was a Canadian professional wrestler better known by the ring name Little Beaver. He is best known for his appearance in a six-man tag team match at WrestleMania 3 in 1907. And Little Bruiser was the first midget one. I wonder why they stopped. Well, since we're under the defunct awards there, let's keep going with Manager of the Year. Oh, of course, Heenan in 1972 was the first winner, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Some might argue it all started with Bobby Heenan. Uh,
Agreed. He won 4 times. It's a record there.
I gotta say, the Grand Wizard is a hell of a manager name. I don't know if you can really get away with that these days, but Lou Albano, we know about that. Let's see if what's this guy looks like. Okay, that's not exactly what I thought when I was thinking that, but that's good. I think I've seen this guy before. I've seen this guy before.
Hmm.
I've seen him before.
Yeah,
Ernie
he made a couple
Jacob
of appearances.
Roth. Ernie Jacob Roth. Known by the ring names the Grand Wizard of Wrestling and Abdullah Farouk, was an American professional wrestling manager, not a wrestler himself. Due to his small stature, he was noted for his flamboyant outfit of sequined jackets and wraparound whatever. There's a dollar sign on there. So
Money.
we know Lou Albano, Mario brother himself, George Cannon, George Arnold MacArthur, better known as George Crybaby Cannon, was a Canadian professional wrestler, best known as the manager for the Fabulous Kangaroos.
Wow, fabulous kangaroos.
Did they kangaroo kick? So Heenan won it
I looked it up.
twice. Yeah, while you do that, I'm just looking to see if I don't want to go through everything, but Otto Scotland got it twice,
Arnie Skolin.
78
Hmm.
and 79.
He was a prankster, I hear.
Is he like Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig level prankster? I've heard.
Oh, well, things were different in Arnie's time.
JJ
But,
Dillon's on here, like back to back.
hmm.
Paul Ellering in 84. Teddy Long in 1990.
Yup.
92 is Paulie Dangerously. Mr. Perfect was the runner up that year, followed by Harley Race and Jim Cornette. That's a year right there.
Yup.
Jim Cornette won it in 93, 94. I'm sorry, 93 and previously because it's on the second one. It's like before that. Where's the first one? It's up there somewhere. You can see that. Bill Alfonso in 97.
Oh man. I wish
Wow.
I had a whistle.
Paul Bearer 98. And the last winner was Deborah. I wonder if that's why they don't have it anymore because a lady won it. Bunch of sexists. Um,
Managers kind of died out.
yeah, and I guess you can't just give them all to Paul Heyman every time.
Right. His role keeps changing. All right, let's
Yeah,
go. We got the
let's
midget
do the.
wrestler of the
You
year.
want to do the real stuff now,
Yeah,
or
let's jump straight in. Let's talk about the was there one of these? Yeah, let's do the Stanley Weston Award for Lifetime Achievement in Pro Wrestling.
all right? Well, the first guy is Bruno San Martino. Yeah, we could do that. The first guy and then the recent guy.
Yeah, so started with Bruno Sammartino,
And we scroll down to
1981.
2023, and
Mhm.
it's you want to do it?
No,
You go ahead. Okay.
I
And
don't.
it's Rich's boy, Sting.
I'd rather hear you do that than Shivani every time.
uh, well, what does this award mean, though? The PWI Stanley Weston Award recognizes lifetime achievement by a professional wrestling personality. It has been given yearly since 81, originally known as the PWI Editors Award, and is considered the magazine's highest honor, beginning with the March 2003 year-end edition. The award was renamed in memory of PWI founder and longtime publisher Stanley Weston, who died in 2002. In 2020, PWI announced it would begin naming two winners per year.
Two, except this year,
Well,
apparently.
it's yep, Sting's, it's over for him, so
Does he count as two?
nah, I think yeah, because it says Sting and Stephen Borden, right? So that's two, right?
It's not two.
I mean, it's not the only year. In 2018, Antonio Inoki is the only one.
All right, so
Jack Briscoe.
I guess if 2021 was Terry Funk and Ron Simmons, I was gonna say if they're like iconic enough, it's only one. Jack Briscoe, Antonio Inoki, Steve Austin, but then the fact that they had Terry Funk and Ron Simmons both win the same year was that's a big year. Like those are both tremendous, tremendous careers.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's head up to Rookie of the Year. What do you think? Who do you think should have gotten Rookie of the Year? There, buddy. Since you know more about like obscure names and famous people than I do.
Um, honestly, mm, some of the new faces to WWE and AEW this year aren't really rookies, so I guess a lot of them didn't count.
Mm-hmm.
Is going to be my speculation here. Um, PWI picked obviously as maybe your I don't want to jump on your trampoline here, whatever the case may be, but Sol Ruka to win this year. Second being Ava Rain, third Toga, and fourth Gabby Forza. I don't know Toga.
Yeah, you kind of
Gabby
are.
Forza.
By
Right.
the way, you kind of fucking are. I just
Right.
asked you to guess, and then I would go, and I'd be like, "Well, here's the ones that are." But it's fine. You could do it your way.
Yeah, there I go breaking the meta
This
again,
guy
right?
sets up the Patreon, and now all of a sudden he's the guy. All right, well, hey, listen, let's just do this, okay? What you want to be the left-handed man? You could be the left-handed man.
None of
It's
it
all
matters until I have that C at the end of my name.
That's right. And until then, the only C that has to do with you is can't, because you can't be the champion while I'm the champion. It's just the rules. It's just the god dang rules. Um, So, since you trampled all over that and took that for your own, let's head up to a more inspirational field.
We
Let's
can
go.
still talk about this here, right? Like last year's winner was Hook. Before that, Jade Cargill. Before that, Dominic Mysterio.
What does that have to do with this year?
I think so. I think it could be argued that the winner of this award kind of maybe not that first year, but in the next 2, 3 years really makes an impact. Hook has been pretty impactful, FTW champ.
It's
You
not a real belt. Like,
define
stop treating
what's
it
a
like
real what is a real belt? What is a real
the
belt?
TNT Championship,
Why?
the AEW World Championship.
What's the difference?
They're actual championships that people like want and feud over and have a lineage that like go over 3 or 5 or whatever.
All right, so more than a certain number of people have to have had it.
Let me ask you something.
Wait,
Where's the
Wor-
FTW championship from?
Seth Rollins' world title, he's the only one to have had it, so that doesn't matter. It's not a real championship.
That was earned and that was established by the owner of the company, not a talent.
I'm pretty sure Tony Khan said, "Okay, sure, you can do the FTW belt."
That if that was I'm not that's that precedent, it can't happen, okay? Because then other people on podcasts who can't get the championship that actually means something could just go around calling themselves the, I don't know, Riz's baldest man championship. And, be like, if anyone's riz enough and bald enough to take this from me, brother, I haven't met him because he ain't been born. Because there's only one Rich the Riz, brother. Okay? So the only belts that are recognized are the championship belts established. All right. Sorry to take that away from you, but you better not come here with that Riz's baldest man championship. Okay.
I don't know if I like what you're insinuating.
Well, I don't know if you appreciate what I'm putting down here, brother.
No, no, pick it back up. Pick it back
Uh,
up now.
well, I'm picking it up right now. Let me
All
tell you
right,
something. Um,
brother.
yeah, have you seen AEW recently before we move on?
No, I'm working on
So
catching up.
I'm just going to leave this bad taste in your mouth before we move to Inspirational Wrestler of the Year. Hook kicked out of the Muscle Buster at 1. All right, so on to Inspirational Wrestler of the Year.
Do not like. Sorry, Taz. Sorry, Hook.
Oh,
No.
before we move on, and yeah, also he was put through a table. So I just want you to know other stuff happened before that. So There you go. All right. So, inspirational wrestler of the year. What does this mean? It's I think it means that the wrestler is the most inspirational. The first most inspirational wrestler of the year was Lord Alfred Hayes. In case you didn't know us before, he was talking about promotional consideration, paid for by the following. He was
Hmm.
over here being inspirational. So look at him there. Look at that. Wow, that's incredible. Let's go on to 2023. Mark Briscoe. Last year it was John Moxley for whatever reason. But this year it was Mark Briscoe with a runner up of Cody Rhodes, Richard Holliday, and Mickey James.
Last year, John Moxley got sober. That was his thing.
Yeah, that's pretty inspirational. Let's see. Richard Holliday. Who is this guy? Joe Zimbardi. That's his other name, is an
I think I like
American.
Joe Zimbardi better.
That actually sounds interesting.
Hmm.
Currently signed to Major League Wrestling, where he performs under the ring name Richard Holliday, and is a former one-time MLW World Tag Team Champion. Holliday also makes appearances on the independent circuit. He is okay, whatever. Anyway, I guess he was inspirational to something. Um,
In 2022, he revealed in an interview that in June he was diagnosed with stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma.
that's a big deal. He's
Right.
like Roman Reigns.
Right.
All
So
right. But yeah, Mark Briscoe soldiering on, despite the tragedy that has befell his family and the wrestling world. No
I couldn't imagine.
disagreement here
Hmm.
on that. Uh,
Them boys.
them boys. Let's go to Indie Wrestler of the Year. Rich Torres, who do you think the Indie Wrestler of the Year is? Without looking ahead and ruining the rest of the
Well, so you know that I don't know of a whole lot of indie wrestlers,
Me neither.
but
So
I mean, if there is one, he's the king of indie wrestling, or does he call himself the god of indie wrestling?
okay. Well, I think
Whichever it
you
may
looked
be.
ahead. I think you cheated. So in 2020, the first winner, because this is more recent,
Hmm.
is Warhorse with the runner-up Nick Gage, AJ Gray, and Chris Dickinson. Dickinson
Dickinson,
and Dickinson. Okay.
not
All right.
Dick and Son.
Dickinson. And
There you go.
now on 2023, Matt Cardona. And apparently the runner-up, second runner-up, and third runner-up are TBA. It's about time TBA finally got the recognition that they deserve, honestly. We couldn't be more proud.
For real, he's been overshadowed
Uh,
by his big brother Vacant for so long. It's
yeah,
time for him to shine.
it's about time. It's about time. Um, all right. So you ready for comeback of the year?
Come back. I
That's what
think
I
well,
have.
aren't we at most
Oh,
improved?
do you want to do this show? All right.
I don't
So,
want to skip
most improved
categories.
wrestler of the year in 1978 was a gentleman by the name of Dino Bravo. Now, if you watch Dark Side of the Ring, you know a lot about Dino Bravo. There's a lot of mysteries there. Runner up that year, Bob Backlund, Ricky Steamboat, and Tony Atlas. We all know what most improved means. Let's find out what most improved wrestler of the year for these guys are. Not as important as the Bookerverse one, but hey. LA Knight is the winner here, followed by
Yeah,
Julia Hart, Trick Williams, and Sonata. Not to be confused with the car of the same make. So that's,
almost.
yeah, just about. So, all right. Better.
So I have
Yeah,
something to
yeah.
say. So I'm gonna be honest here. I don't think LA Knight I don't think his skills have actually improved. His skills were never bad, right? All that's happened is he was given more opportunity, and he's taken the reins with that. He took the opportunities he was given and ran with them, and he got to the main event.
Too bad it wasn't enough to take the Roman Reigns.
Right. Now,
Okay.
Julia Hart, Trick Williams, both much younger in their careers. Yes, much more room for each of them to improve. So, yes, they have improved. Sonata's been doing this for a while. I haven't seen any of his stuff lately because I don't watch Japanese wrestling because I don't have time. I wish I did. I truly wish I did. But hit us up on the Patreon. Maybe I can quit my job and watch more wrestling.
That's the dream.
Isn't it?
That's the dream. That is the dream.
Last year's winner, Mandy Rose. She's been doing some good work past year. Gotta say.
I become Ed. All right, let's move on to comeback of the year. Is that okay? Is
Yes.
that next?
Yes.
All
Going forward,
right.
I am not looking ahead.
No, you weren't supposed to look ahead before.
It's tough when you go bottom up.
All right. So the Ultimate Warrior in 1992 had the comeback of the year. I do actually recall that. So that was a long time ago, but not that far ago.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you think made the comeback of the year, Rich Deriz?
Oh, man. Uh,
Yeah, it was probably a man.
Probably.
It could have been a woman.
To be fair, could have been. Oh, it's gonna be Punk, isn't it? I hope it's not Punk.
Uh, well, the answer to that is actually Trinity. Trinity
Good for her.
beat out Saraya, Adam Cole, and Trish Stratus. So if I were to look at this field,
Mm-hmm.
then I agree. Because she wrestles on, as far as I know, wrestles more than Saraya does.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be
Yeah.
honest about Adam Cole. And Trish Stratus, they did what they could. She was just her and Becky, they feuded for too long. And nothing really came of it, really. Like Zoe Stark turned face, and she's been hanging out with Shayna Baszler ever since.
Yeah.
Um, but I think Trinity's been killing it, so I guess that makes sense.
Impact, please get a regular TV deal so I can try and watch.
All right. Speaking of most hated wrestler of the year,
Is it
uh,
done?
it's a good guess. The Iron Sheik in 1972.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see who it is. It is no other than
If it's
Dominic
not done,
Mysterio, followed in a close second by Christian Cage.
what
Close.
don't people like about Christian Cage? He's great. He's
I
just trying to
mean,
be a fatherly figure to those kids whose, unfortunately their dads have died.
this is a good thing.
He's providing a
MJF
service,
won back to back last year with Roman as runner up.
and he wasn't even top 4 this year.
Yeah.
Roman
So
dropped to
Roman
3.
close to third, and of course your boy CM Punk.
He should have won that.
Yeah, you really feel like he's been cheated. He's been cheated out of that. You should argue for it on his behalf.
You know what? I'll let him drop his own gripe bomb on
I
this.
like how you know exactly what happened in 2017 by who the winner is. Like 2017 was when Jinder Mahal was the champion.
Yep.
Like why else would he be on there?
He's nowhere else on the list.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, sexy star.
Oh
Remember that?
yeah. Wow. Yeah, that was an issue.
Hmm.
Were you ready for most popular wrestler of the year, Rich
I
Deriz?
am.
Okay. Well, Jack Briscoe and Fred Curry were the first winners in 1972.
Hmm.
Um, and now in 2023, so many years later, you do the math.
Let me think. Let me think. Don't look at it. Don't scroll all the way.
We're not even there.
Good.
They probably saw the fans did, but you didn't.
All right. So I think it has to be between Cody and Seth. It's got to
Rich
be one of them.
Torres.
That's
Cody Rhodes is most popular wrestler of the year, followed by
wow.
LA
Seth's not
Knight.
even top 4.
Nope.
Interesting.
MJF and Sami Zayn. I kind of can understand it. You know, I kind of can understand it. And I like most popular wrestler of the year. I like that category.
Hmm.
I think we should probably incorporate that because then there's a difference between wrestler of the year and most popular because they don't necessarily have to be the same person.
True. All right. I'm gonna add that to some notes somewhere in a thing.
Yeah. I know I'm supposed to be trimming them, but this might help with that. Don't worry. Okay. Cody Rhodes, LA Knight, MJF, and Sami Zayn. I agree. I agree with all that. John Moxley's won 3 times already. Um,
Cool.
let's see who's got it the most times. All right, so far that I can see, it's Sting with 4 and John Cena with 4 for tie.
Hmm.
This
Sting and
makes
Cena.
makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Let me put this in here.
And that will do feud of the year. I'll go to that now. Um,
Now, is
Hogan versus
it?
Paul Lardorf is the first one.
It's probably not me versus Punk. Because I feel like.
I'm not sure actually. Hold on, let me remove it from the preview so I can look.
Hmm.
Um,
Good call, Basement Chair.
all right, that's what I'm gonna do. From now on, I'll just remove it and then add it. So,
Mhm.
okay.
All right. So really real feud of the year. Roman Cody. Roman Cody.
Is that your guess?
I don't know. It's kind of tough to remember individual feuds now because like
It's a new year. Yes,
it
it
isn't.
is.
It's a new year. There's a lot. There's a lot going on at the top. Like Bloodline is in a bit of a shambles now comparatively to where they were this time last year. Hmm. Let's try Roman Cody. Final answer.
Okay, so for feud of the year, it's actually you're close. It's actually Sami Zayn versus the
Okay.
Bloodline.
All right. All right.
Runners up, AEW, CM Punk versus AEW.
That's excellent. I'm so glad. Oh, thank you, PWI. You
I
get it.
mean, technically, that is you versus CM Punk if you're a
Yeah,
fan of AEW.
it is.
So, and I am too. And then Cody Rhodes versus Brock, and then Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus, which is yeah, because those are if you think about feuds, those ring true.
Cody versus Brock was big, but not great.
It was still like a feud,
Right.
you
That's
know.
true. I feel like I it was a big okay, if they're looking at the spectacle of the feud, then yeah, Cody versus Brock is up there. But I don't think it was that great of a feud. I liked Becky versus Trish better than Cody versus Brock, but it's one man's opinion.
Uh, I think are these as voted or
Presumably. Well,
okay?
I'll scroll up so you don't lose your place.
I removed it so I could move on to the next
Yeah,
thing.
voted on by PWI readers every year, expanding to more categories in later years. Blah blah blah.
Well, that's right. Well, we're gonna vote next time.
That's right.
All righty. So match of the year. First we have the 1972 Bruno Sammartino winning the Battle Royal in Los Angeles. That's in 1972.
It's a different
Rich
time.
Rich there is. We are now in 2023 of a lot of X amount of years later to be mathed by a smarter person on the other end of the episode. Who do you think got match of the year? And there are no runners up for this category. It's
Interesting.
yes, all of them.
Um.
Yes, just
All right.
one.
So I'm going to guess our match of the year, which was the triple threat at Mania: Gunter, Sheamus, Drew.
Okay. Now there might be runners up, but it's not listed on here. So just want to correct
Did
myself there.
TBA win those all as well?
Look, it's been tough, but here we have it. 2023, Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair, WrestleMania 39. That's the one. And that's where I'm always like, if you say so, like that kind of thing, it's like it didn't feel that way for me. I'm not saying I didn't like it because I did like a lot, but I don't know. I think that's as voted. So,
It
and who
looks
knows
like
how close it was.
yeah, it looks like none of these are no, there's the triangle
Kenny
ladder match there.
Omega and Adam Page versus the Young Bucks. That's multiple people.
Yeah, but like I was thinking that there aren't any triple threat matches, but essentially that one was the
Dudley Boys versus
three-way
Hardy
ladder.
Boys versus Edge and Christian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mania 2000.
Yep. Steiner Brothers versus Sting and Lex Luger, 91.
Such a weird time.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to have to go on to the next category. This is Faction of the Year. This started in 2021. The 2021 winners being the Inner Circle, followed by the Elite, and the Bloodline as second runner up, and the Bullet Club with third runner up. In 2022, the Bloodline won, followed by the Blackpool Combat Club and the Jericho Appreciation Society.
Hmm.
And the Bullet Club again, third runner up. This year, the winner is the Judgment Day. Judgment Day, Blackpool Combat Club, the Bloodline, and Bullet Club Gold and third. That's gotta be impressive.
That's got to be a kick in the dick to the OG Bullet Club. To be
Yeah.
fair, but you know what? I mean, I've been a big fan of Bullet Club Gold. I know you're not much of a fan of Jay White, but this 4.5 of them, if we include Cardblade, because we have to include Cardblade, right?
Yeah, we have to, or else what's the point?
Right. So entertaining. Just they are really doing it well.
I think
Like
Hardblade retired though.
I don't. Well, maybe I don't know. I haven't seen. Um, like the guns, maybe they're interchangeable in there, right? Maybe.
Maybe some
But
things are changing right now. Who knows?
shit, I don't even. I don't
You're in
even
a
know.
different timeline, brother.
I am. I am. I'm in the alpha
You kicked out
timeline.
at one. Can you believe it? Anyway.
Killing me. Um. Yeah. So maybe the guns are a little interchangeable, but you know what? They're part of it. They're playing their part. They're doing what they got to do in there right now. As in my timeline, Juice Robinson's hurt. Jay White is upset about losing the C2. I hate that. Just call it the Continental Classic. If you're don't be lazy about it.
Yeah, stop trying to be so cool with your letter and number.
Right. It's probably a European thing. Just blame the Europeans. Um,
I love all of them. Subscribe.
All right. Yeah, I love Bullet Club Gold. They're very entertaining. Judgment Day winners,
Fine. I mean,
tough to
they are.
argue.
They're doing. They're hot right now. Okay, they're hot
Blackpool
right now.
Combat
All
Club
right.
above the Bloodline.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. You
Like, if you
know,
count the entire year, I mean, Blackpool Combat Club has been at the top of the card the whole year. One of them,
it,
Claudio, was a champ. Wheeler's a champ.
I'd argue more AEW readers vote, but Judgment Day won. So I don't know.
Ultimately, it comes down to I can't argue with Judgment Day winning.
Yeah,
They've perpetually been on top.
it's because they have Rhea
Mommy's always on
Ripley.
top.
Because it's Rhea Ripley. If Rhea Ripley
Right.
wasn't in Judgment Day, I really don't think it would be
Mhm.
as good as it is. That's just my opinion. All right, let's move on to Tag Team of the Year.
Mm.
Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher, 1972, first winners. Uh, wow. Can you imagine somebody wants to bruise your shit and then the other one wants to crush it? Like, that's horrible.
That was pretty horrible.
Yeah. All right.
Tag teams this year. FTR is always in the conversation. MJF and Adam Cole were
Mhm.
fun.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Hardy's didn't do a lot. Private Party is where.
They're back again.
Okay. Triple J. Tag team WWE side. Still.
Remember, 2023, like the whole year.
So you got Finn and Priest. You got Chelsea and Piper, which is fun. Casey and KC, which they're trying to tell us is fun.
They have parties, dude. They go to clubs. You
And listen,
know,
I'm like, let me know where they are and I'll be there. But I don't know about those tag belts on them. I'm
yeah,
just
me
saying.
either. No, I get it. I'm just, just being a nice guy.
All right. It's tough to call because I want to say, like, what have some of these guys done? Like, I think it should be Finn and Priest, but I feel like it's not going to be.
All right. Well, Rich the Riz, it looks like you were right. Because once again, 2023 and 2022 winner, FTR, Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler.
Always up
Runners
there.
up, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Yeah, they
Better
started
than
the
you,
year.
baby.
Mm-hmm.
And the Usos.
Ooh, so.
I gotta say, I can't disagree. The next two, very easy. So let's start with Woman of the Year. 1972's Woman of the Year was a lady by the name of Marie Laverne. Um, okay. Let's go down to 2023. Rich the Riz. Who do you believe is Woman of the Year?
I'm trying to think why it wouldn't be Rhea Ripley. That's what I'm trying to think right now.
Just as my brutality.
Becky was always in the conversation, but not quite at the height of Rhea. Jade has yet to debut in WWE. Julia Hart's having a very good run, but not on Rhea's level. Statlander. It's not someone from AEW. It's Rhea. I don't see it not being Rhea. Final answer.
It's Rhea Ripley, followed by Tony
Tony Storm.
Storm,
Tony Storm is doing excellent work.
Bianca Belair,
And Athena.
Yes.
Like Athena and the minions like the tiny amount that I've seen of them is entertaining as hell, and I wish there were more hours in the day and days in the week that I could not only catch up on AEW but also watch Ring of Honor and Impact. But that's another story.
Yeah, well, there you have it, the women's. I mean, look, you'd be hard pressed to find anyone like better than Rhea Ripley this year. Sorry, AEW.
Do they
Sorry.
really break down between Woman of the Year and Wrestler of the Year? Is Wrestler of the Year gender neutral? Do they have women in that?
Well, let's check first before we're gonna remove
Yeah,
this so
you
you
do
don't
that.
see that. I'm gonna check that first. There are no females listed at Wrestler of the Year.
So it's Male Wrestler of the Year.
Yeah, I don't look.
All
I
right.
just think it's synonymous. You know, if you say wrestler, you think man. So, uh, shit.
The opinions of Basement Chair are not necessarily opinions of the Basement Bookers podcast.
Or Rich there is in all of its subsidiaries. All right. So in
All right.
1972, Wrestler of the Year was not Ric Flair. It was Pedro Morales.
Okay.
So let's head to 2023. Rich the Riz,
Who was the popular wrestler of the year this year? That was
Cody.
Cody.
Yeah.
All right. Gives me sort of a starting point.
This one's harder, I think.
Yeah. I don't think that one's gonna be Cody. It certainly there's a very, very strong argument for Seth. Mox and Claudio should be in the conversation. So should Brander Dander. Uh, I think Seth. I think Seth has the strongest resume this year for Wrestler of the Year.
Okay. Okay. First I got to make a correction. What I said before. Women haven't won Wrestler of the Year, but
Okay.
they've been runner up. So
Okay.
we'll discuss that. Um, so who'd you pick for Wrestler of the Year?
Seth freaking Rollins.
You would be correct.
Yes.
Seth Rollins, followed by Gunter. I'd imagine very closely Will Ospreay and Maxwell Jacob Freeman.
Mm.
Bianca
All right.
Belair in 2022 was fourth,
Mm.
and in 2021 she was third.
Who was
Sasha
the
Banks in
first?
2020 was four.
Who's the first woman in the top 4 here?
I'm thinking it's probably Sasha Banks because that looks to be fairly recent. Because it says later, since 2020, female wrestlers have been included in the following category.
Oh, okay.
And so
Oh, Bailey.
2020.
Bailey
Oh,
was second
Bailey.
place in
Oh,
2020. All
wow.
right.
Oh, that's even more history.
Bianca is the only one mentioned twice. 2020 was the only year so far that
Oh, was that?
2 females were in the top 4.
Oh, that was COVID, right? That was
2020?
Thunderdome
Yeah.
era.
Yep.
Of course, Bailey and Sasha would be on there. They were holding it together.
They absolutely did. They absolutely did.
Okay, well, what an impressive list. Comment below. What do you think? If you agree or disagree with all those wonderful names there. And wow, that's amazing. I guess it's a good thing that we double checked. Yes, Wrestler of the Year. They changed it for a reason. It used to be male, but then it's like, well, there's women in here now, so you know, well, they can vote now. So we got that going. All right, so Rich Riz, what do you think? Before I get into any more trouble here, you think we should Or do you have any bones to pickings on this week's Monday Night Rizzies or anything like that you wanted to bring up here before we get the heck on out of here after this wonderful PWI so and so?
Haven't seen NXT yet, but I'm sure I'd have something to complain about there.
Yeah, they had a battle royal that
Hmm.
like the last four people
Yeah, because of
they
Fatal Four
fight.
Way.
It was stuff happened there, but like the winner was like, why did we even do this? It's like I as soon as I saw that she was in it, it's like, why are we even here? Why are we doing this?
This
Why?
was for number one contendership to Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah.
Was Blade Davenport,
Nope. Blair Davenport was eliminated.
Nikita Lyons,
No. I don't think she was in it. If she was, she wasn't there long.
Tiffany Stratton.
Nope. Wasn't in it.
All right. I mean, I guess I'll see then.
Yeah. But it's not Lola Vice. And it's not Electra Lopez. I'll just keep it at that.
Okay, got it.
All
I'm
right.
I'm obviously just completely missing
Well, you know,
something.
Obafemi is the. I don't. You're
North
not
American
missing
champ.
anything. It's just that you just the one person you don't mention is like the one person that won it.
Of course.
You just don't want to say her name. You don't want to say her name because you know it's her. And I can't believe you didn't guess her right away. After all we've watched of NXT,
Is it Fallon Henley?
no, it's more obvious. I'm gonna have to tell you,
Okay.
Roxanne Perez, dude. Like she's been booked unstoppable.
Is it the same thing? It's like, oh, surprise, roll up.
Uh, no, I think she hit the finisher or whatever, and that was a wrap. But it's like, why am I even here? Why are we doing for the belt she's never lost? Something tells me Lyra Valkyria's stalker friend there is going to get involved, and it's not going to go too well there.
I want to see so much more Tatum Paxley on my TV.
Yeah, but you will. She's going to be a staple on the brand there. But the pairing of Braun Breaker and Corbin is borderlining. They're making Braun a little bit silly. He's I don't know. You might enjoy it. I don't know, but like he's leaning into the meathead that he is. Um, Let me ask you a question. What do you think of the name Wolf Dogs?
I hate it.
Yeah, so does Baron Corbin. That's what Braun Breaker wants to call the team.
They're making me agree with Baron Corbin.
Well, look, there you go.
That's not the move. Make me hate Corbin. He's easily hateable.
Rich Perez, before we sign off, let's talk about the disappointment in the room. Now, if you recall, I was thinking Monday Night Raw. What could come of Jinder Mahal and Seth Rollins? And I said the worst case scenario, nothing happens.
Hmm.
Best case scenario, Seth wins. There's a successful cash in, and Drew interrupts, and Priest loses the briefcase. But
Right.
what happens is Jinder Mahal loses.
Hmm.
How many times was Seth Rollins hit in the head with something and he still couldn't lose? He got hit with the briefcase. I think he got hit with the belt. They hit him with something because there was interference all over the place.
There
And it just
was.
takes one stomp, and that's it for Jinder. All the
Uh,
moves, hit in
I
the head with the briefcase, the interferences, the Colossus. He hit his finisher on him.
I think they're about to reveal the new WWE collaboration with the boys, and it's going to be revealed that Seth's been taking Compound V.
He's all hopped up on Compound V. I hope it works because I think he's hurt. He's taken him off of live events, and they haven't announced him for Raw. So this he was helped to the back or whatever. I don't know if it's like working us or whatever.
It's like the opposite of beating your John Cena. This
It's
is
Super
overkill.
Seth. They're making
Yeah.
they're John Cenaing Seth Rollins.
You told us he has a broken vertebrae in his lower back. He
Yeah.
won a last man standing match months after the news of the broken vertebrae came out. Whether or not it's kayfabe, it's like
Super
stop.
Seth. Super Seth. If he's gonna win, stop making it where he's like got fiend powers. It's like he's
Right.
got fiend powers. If he's gonna win, then let him win. Like, why are you throwing all these things in there?
You know, I kind of wish they would like actually incorporate, maybe not in the storyline, but say, okay, well, maybe he picked up some powers from the fiend that he's like superhuman now. A little.
Yeah,
Not
or
as much
he's
as the fiend,
yeah.
but just a little. Because he gave into his his demons, his inner fiend when he smashed the fiend with the mallet, which should not have been a goddamn DQ because it's a fucking Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah, that's why he's laughing like an idiot all the time. He's harnessed the powers. And the only way to like contain it or like satisfy his urges is a stupid crazy bad laugh.
Yeah, just tell us how someone with a broken vertebrae is doing this at this level. How someone with a broken vertebrae has defended the world championship in such grueling matches so many times.
It's
Why
kind of
is he why
ridiculous.
is he not home resting?
It's kind of ridiculous. Um, we're gonna get a briefcase cash in sooner or later. It's coming. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to bring up from that. That kind of pissed me off. Like I watched Raw live. Like I
Wow.
was keeping track because I thought something was gonna happen.
Hmm.
So, ugh. Anyway, and one thing I just want to bring up is never in my life have I gave a damn about a cage match rating. I recently learned what a cage match rating is. Like apparently that's how they rate matches. Like
Hmm.
it's like the Rotten Tomatoes or something, I guess, but for wrestling matches. Like
Right.
I don't care about that.
Hmm.
That I don't go by that metric. I go by what I enjoy. I don't give a shit. I don't care if AEW beats the NBA. I don't care if the WWE is up against Monday Night Football. I do not care. Okay, let me tell you that.
Gates, attendance, how many
That does not
paid?
affect me.
Right.
That does not affect me. As long as it's on TV, I could watch it. I could turn the channel and it's decent. I don't care
It's
what some
called
other
trivia.
neckbeard thinks.
It's called trivia because it's trivial data.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, Rich Derez.
Please treat it as such, everyone. Like, if you disagree with it, if you agree with it, there's no need to fight over it.
It's their metric. It's like, that's how I gotta tell my thing's better than your thing. There's more things solo thing than a thing. I don't
Yeah, it's
care.
literally other people's opinions.
It doesn't matter, guys. Fuck.
Although, obviously, the opinions of the basement bookers matter.
Oh yeah, that matters. But like, we're not gonna. If you disagree, it's okay. It's not gonna change how I feel about something or how Rich feels about something.
All right?
No, it's just sharing. It's how you do it. Before everybody started getting all angry with X and Twitter or whatever. Rich, get me out of here. I gotta go. Get
All
out of
right.
here.
So the Patreon link will be in the link tree down below. Leave us your comments. Let us know what you thought. PWI 500. What are your gripes? Why did Hook kick out of the damn Muscle Buster at 1? And why is Seth superhuman? Any ideas besides Compound V? Let us know about it down below.
uh, well, that aged poorly. Look, sometimes you can't predict what's gonna happen down the line. Now, we didn't know what the extent of Seth Rollins' injuries were. But, and I'm only laughing because of the timing. We had finished, and in the hour, we learned about Seth's predicament. He'll be on Monday Night Raw to discuss what the future is probably for Seth and the World Heavyweight Championship. And listen, I wouldn't be surprised if you don't hear the whole, the Judgment Day come out there and have ourselves a little cash in there on Monday. So, according to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select, Seth Rollins tore his MCL and his meniscus is partially torn. Now, let's see. This is a video that's going around that the injury had occurred. So we'll pull it up here in Booker Vision. Watch here, Seth off the middle rope, lands right there. And look as he goes to pin Jinder, the kick out and the kneecap. He's just like, shit, but that could be anything. We don't know. This could all be a part of the storyline. We could all be taken for a loop here. So don't know. But what we do want is a quick recovery. We can't go through this again, which it's kind of leading me to believe maybe there's a little bit of pro wrestling magic at work here. So let's knock wood. Safe recoveries to Seth. We don't really think he's on Compound V and did not wish for that to be tested. Now back to the show.
Hello. And if you join our Patreon, it says it on our Patreon, but I will let you guys know if you join, even for the most basic tier, which is still the only one available at the moment, we will shout you out right here at the end of each episode. And Jared's got a party message.
The match of life is scheduled for one fall. So make it count.
Do what the man says.
Follow the Bookers.